Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for checking into the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. My name is Chase, and today we are showing you the lowering links and the transformer pull rods from DeVol Racing. We're going to go through, we'll talk about what is different between these, help you decide which one might be best for you. First up, the lowering link. And the main benefit to these, there are some performance benefits we'll talk about, but really, the big reason that you would buy a lowering link for your motorcycle is if you're just trying to lower the standover height or the seat height. That's really the big benefit here. They do say that it can help with front end stability. It can help with your rear end to help it track a little bit better. But if you're vertically challenged like myself, I'm barely 5'7", and you want to just be able to maybe get your feet to the ground a little bit easier, be a little bit easier to kick your leg over the bike, things like that, then a lowering link is what you're going to want. These are all made from high quality billet aluminum, have the nice anodized finish. They all come with bearings. Keep in mind, however, that when you put these on, these little red covers here are just to protect the bearings. You're going to want to grease those up before you install these and go out and ride, but it's going to lower the bike. Now, how much? That depends on what bike you have. You can be anywhere from 0.5 or 0.75 inches all the way up to 1.75 inches that you can lower the bike. But like I said, that depends on what motorcycle. And to know if we have one for your bike, it's simple. When you're on the product page, just enter the year, make, and model of the bike that you're shopping for, and that will show you the options that we have for you. But you buy it, you install it. Now, another tidbit of advice I want to give you is that anytime you put a new link on your motorcycle, you should already be checking your sag and making sure that your sag is set correctly. But anytime you change the distance, or excuse me, the length of your linkage, whether it's longer or shorter, you need to be rechecking your sag and resetting that. That is very important to remember. But again, if you're just looking to lower your bike, and like they say, they can help that front end traction and that rear end, help the rear end track better, lowering link is going to be just what you want. Don't take my word for it. Go read rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about these. However, if you are looking to increase the performance of your suspension, the handling of your motorcycle, then the transformer pull rod is what you're going to want. Now, one thing I didn't mention that I do need to talk about, though, is that with the lowering link, they don't recommend these for fast, aggressive riding or for jumping. And the reason that they say that is because anytime that you lengthen the linkage on your motorcycle or you lower the seat height, you are reducing the amount of shock travel that you have. And so if you're doing bigger jumps, if you're going faster with aggressive riding, you're going to bottom that shock out easier because this will soften up your rear shock a little bit, they say. So that is one thing to be mindful of. But like I said, if you are that faster rider looking to fine-tune your suspension and the handling of your motorcycle, then the transformer pull rod is what you'd want to pick up. But what's unique about this pull rod is that it gives you the ability to make adjustments. So if you notice here on the side here, so this is one actually for a KTM. Now if you look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have this little insert, and you've got one on both sides. So you're gonna put this thing in, again, pull the red tabs out, grease up the bearings. But when you have this in, let's say you're gonna start on setting number 1. Now again, this is also something to keep in mind, is every bike's gonna be a little bit different. And for some bikes, if you just run this on number 1 setting, it's gonna be the same as stock, so nothing would change there. But let's say on this one, you wanna run it on setting 2, well, that might increase the length of this pull rod by say 0.5 millimeters. Now you might not think that 0.5 millimeters or, for some bikes it might be a couple millimeters of difference that you get with your settings. It's gonna make a big difference, but it does. And I'll give you a great example of that. I had a 2019 KX450. I had a link on mine that was, I think, only 1 or 1.5 millimeters longer than stock, and it definitely changed the characteristic and how the bike handles. So it does make a difference. But you have those settings. Now, you have up to 5 points of adjustability depending, again, on the bike that you have. But what's cool about this is that you can throw this on and you go through and you fine tune and you can just take this off. You can change these inserts. You find the setting that you feel is going to be best for you. And what they say is that when you lengthen this out, even by just a couple millimeters, is that it stiffens up the initial part of the linkage curve, and it's just going to help the performance of your shock. So they say goodbye to rear end wallow, and what they mean by that is when you're accelerating hard on the gas, the bike's going to want to squat a little bit just because it's under load, and sometimes you feel like while that's happening, your rear end is kind of going side to side, feels kind of vague. This, they say, can really help with that. And same thing with the lowering link, where it can help also with that front end stability. But that's what's unique about the transformer pull rod, is that you have adjustability and you can fine tune and find the setting that's going to work best for you. Now, like I said, every bike's going to be a little bit different. If you have, say, a Yamaha or a KTM or whatever bike it is, all bikes are going to react differently when you change this pull rod and you change that length. So Can't tell you exactly what it's gonna do for every different motorcycle, but that's why you go through, you change it, you figure out what's gonna work best for you, and that's a setting that you run. So again, cool way to be able to go through and just modify your suspension if maybe you're not too stoked or happy with how your shock is feeling and you're just trying to, you want to try different things, then that Transformer Pull-Rod is a great way to do that. So that's the big difference here. You got the lowering link, which is, like I said, big benefit here is just lowering the overall height of the motorcycle. Transformer Pull-Rod, fine-tune your suspension, get up to 5 different suspension settings by just changing those inserts, and you get it exactly how you want it set up. But if you have questions or comments, though, we want to get those answered. Make sure to leave those in the comment section below. To grab one today, click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. We ship for free over $75. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, get subscribed to Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, and stay up to date. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.